over illicit drugs. Welcome to the news bulletin on Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. My name is Damilola Babalola. Now the details of the news. Director of the Enforcement Unit of the Public Complaints Commission, Malam Isa Abubakar, on behalf of the Honorable Chief Commissioner of the Commission, Honorable Abimbola Ayo Yusuf, presented a check of 253,365 naira to Mr. Fave Tepase, which was the balance of his outstanding 11-month salary with SAAT Insurance Brokers Limited. The complainant had lodged a complaint against the company for refusing to pay his 11-month outstanding salaries. The Commission immediately weighed into the matter, which led to an upfront part payment by the respondent. Thereafter, the respondent reneged on its earlier promise to pay up. Consequently, the case was referred to the Commission's Enforcement Unit, and the recalcitrant company finally succumbed and paid all the outstanding amount. Receiving the check, Mr. Tepase, who was overwhelmed with happiness, said before coming to the Commission he had lost all hope. He showered appreciation and prayed for the Commission's upliftment. The tripartite minimum wage negotiation meeting involving organized labor, the federal and state governments, and the organized private sectors, OPS, yesterday ended in deadlock following Labour's dismissal of the government's 54,000 naira offer as expected. Labour leaders also lamented the absence of state governors in the meeting to present their offers, as their representatives said they had no mandate. Confirming the development, a member of the tripartite community on the national minimum wage, Professor Theophilus Undubuaku, lamented the absence of 6 governors who represent the 6 geopolitical zones, stressing that it would not augur well if any agreement was reached without the governors. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to exempt members of the armed forces from toll gate fees and parking payments in airports across Nigeria. In an urgent motion of public importance by a member representing Kebe Tamboa Federal Constituency of Sokoto State, Alhaji Abdul Samad Dasuki, the House notes that members of the armed forces and senior citizens should be given preferential treatment in all public transport stations across the country based on their sacrifices to the nation. Alhaji Dasuki explained that it is important to show gratitude by honoring the brothers and sisters who are voluntarily serving under the nation's flag. He maintains that they laid their life to keep the nation safe, while some have died and some became disabled from the battlefield amidst other effects. He said honoring the men and women in uniform and also encouraging fellow citizens to acknowledge their services to the nation. The House expressed concern that it would be disservice to members of the armed forces if they are subjected to paying for access fees at the airport. Adopting the motion, the House directed the House Committee on Aviation to ensure compliance with the directive. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has reiterated its dedication to fostering an efficient, accessible and competitive telecom industry in Nigeria. NCC's Executive Chairman, Dr. Aminu Maida, made this declaration while launching a 2-day public inquiry into 3 regulatory instruments, emphasizing the Commission's consultative approach to ensure inclusivity in regulatory development. Dr. Maida highlighted the NCC's roles as the independent regulatory authority for the Commission's industry in Nigeria, emphasizing the importance of transparency and inclusivity. He noted that the public inquiry demonstrates the Commission's commitment to hearing and considering the voices of stakeholders. We will be back after this short break. Stay tuned to Ombudsman Radio. Do not go anywhere. Couple Kazim Omogoriola and Owolade, Rashidat Ayinke Owolade, who runs a cocaine cartel from India, has been declared wanted by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. This followed the arrest of 4 members of the syndicate in Lagos, where a sport utility vehicle was recovered and 2 houses already traced to them, sealed for forfeiture to the federal government. 2 members of the syndicate, Imran Taufik Olalekan and Ishola Isiaka Olalekan, were arrested on April 3, 2024, following their bid to export 3.40 kg cocaine on a Qatar Airlines flight going to Oman through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. A statement by the agency's Director, Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, yesterday said that Imran was the courier conveying the drug consignment to Oman. Ishola recruited him for the head of the cartel, which investigation has now revealed to be Alhaji Kazim Omogoriola Owolade, whose Indian resident permits bears Abdul Kazim Adisa Balogun, based in India. Accountants have been urged to embrace artificial intelligence, AI, to remain relevant in their profession as they operate in a fast-evolving digital world. This call to action was made at the 73rd induction ceremony of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, held in Lagos on Tuesday, where 2,015 new members were inducted. The Executive Director, Chief Operations and Information Officer of Fidelity Bank, Stanley Amuchie, delivering the keynote address at the event, pointed out that AI is already revolutionizing various business processes, from automated data entry to advanced financial analytics, thus enabling accountants to provide more strategic insights. Amuchie, who is also a fellow of the Institute, however, highlighted the attendant cybersecurity risks such as fraud, hacking, and privacy concerns. He urged accountants not to shy away from these issues, but to proactively upskill and upscale in technology to mitigate these risks effectively. South Africa's Constitutional Court has ruled that former President Jacob Zuma is ineligible to hold public office, including a seat in the parliament. The ruling comes after Zuma's controversial tenure as president, marked by corruption allegations and scandals. Zuma, who was sentenced to 15 months in prison for contempt of court in 2021, was nominated by the African National Congress, ANC, to represent the party in the National Assembly. The court backed an Electoral Commission decision that Zuma's previous conviction for contempt of court prevents him from becoming a member of the parliament. The Constitution bars anyone sentenced to more than 12 months in jail as not eligible. The judges unanimously agreed that Zuma's criminal record and his violation of the Constitution he swore to uphold renders him unfit to hold public office. However, this ruling is seen as a significant victory for South Africa's democratic institutions and a strong message against impunity and corruption. Zuma's legal team is yet to comment on the decision. On entertainment, the National Film and Video Censors Board, NFVCB, has urged stakeholders in the Nollywood industry to ensure that films and music videos do not depict or glorify harmful substances like tobacco smoking, criminal acts, ritual killings, and money rituals. Speaking at the National Stakeholders Engagement on Smoke-Free Nollywood in Enugu, NFVCB Executive Director Dr. Shaibu Hussaini emphasized the need for responsible content creation, citing the industry's significant influence on the entertainment and creative sectors. He applauded corporate accountability and public participation Africa for organizing the event as part of its corporate social responsibility initiative in Nigeria's creative industry. Dr. Hussaini stressed that the industry faces an emergency requiring collective action from all stakeholders to combat unapproved and unclassified content. He encouraged public and private sector stakeholders to collaborate and mobilize resources to educate and sensitize the public, particularly youth and mothers, about the dangers of harmful content. And finally, on sports, Cristiano Ronaldo is likely to set a Euro record after being named in Portugal's 26-man 2024 squad, unveiled by head coach Roberto Martinez. The squad announcement on Tuesday all but confirmed that the 39-year-old five-time Ballon d'Or winner will be appearing in his 11th major international tournament when Euro 2024 kicks off on June 14th in Germany. He played his first Euro at 2004 and will be making a record 6th appearance at the Men's Continental Championship. He collected a winner's medal in France in 2016, even though he went off injured after 25 minutes in the final. Ronaldo, who currently plays his club football for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, already holds the men's world record for 206 appearances and international 128 career goals. This is the size of the news bulletin for this moment, but before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. Public Complaints Commission provides succor to disgruntled citizen. House of Representatives advises federal government against toll gate fees for the armed forces. NDLEA declares couple wanted over illicit drugs. Thank you for staying tuned to Ombudsman Radio for the news bulletin. You can follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Ombudsman Radio Nigeria, on X at Public Complaints Commission, Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. On WhatsApp, you can drop a message on 070-7337-4504. I'll take that again, 070-7337-4504. My name remains Damilola Babalola. Thank you for listening.